Good morning. My name is John, and today we'll be reading Incivility. No, it's not equal on both sides, by Will Alexander on Townhall, posted June 30th, 2018. It drives me nuts when I hear pundits, politicians, and the press saying that political incivility is equal on both sides. It's a myth. The incivility leans left, and we all know it. In fact, a hornet's nest of bomb-throwing leftists, left-leaners, and liberals, the New Democrats have been mocking, bullying, and insulting conservatives for decades. And now that the Justice Anthony Kennedy will retire July 31st, we can expect the media, the New Democrats, and the puppeteers behind the organized protests to deploy their pet vipers everywhere to engage in even more uncivil discourse. We heard the first call to arms when Chuck Schumer on Wednesday rallied the American people to make their voices heard loudly, clearly, and consistently, so their rights aren't taken away. As out-of-power Democrats lose more influence, expect them to take things up a notch. Their real firepower is gone, so they're scrounging for political rocks and torches wherever they can find them. It really is hard to say what will happen as minions of the resistance movement scorch the earth under the banner of the flag. They're doing real damage to our institutions, and we're sick of it. They push good men to a place where it's become uncivil to just sit back and do nothing. Even when you're on the right track, as the saying goes, you'll get run over if you just sit there. For too long, sincere Republicans with different approaches to complex problems have been bludgeoned to death with insufferable nicknames: party of the rich, oppressors of the poor, discriminators of women, racists, homophobes, Islamophobes, all the stuff you find in a basket of deplorables. While we are being demonized as evil, genteel conservative leaders remain civil, soft-spoken, and woefully unskilled in dealing with folks who had no compunction about punching below the belt in broad daylight. Year after year, their side was at war. Ours was frozen in diplomacy, pretending to be brave. We never froze. We just seethed as we watched Republican leader after Republican leader bring spitballs to an artillery fight. America was headed for an iceberg while the captains of the ship whistled at the wheel. So we voted for Trump. And now that Trump is swinging his presidential bat like a crazy man, whacking at all kinds of hornets' nests, all the buzz is that he and his supporters are uncivil. That's fiction. But what the New Democrats have been doing lately is real. Maxine Waters, the Pied Piper of the unhinged left, as Representative Ron DeSantis dubbed her, shouted to an amen crowd Saturday that God is on our side. And she screeched for miscellaneous Trump resistors to harass the president's supporters wherever they may be found. No peace, no sleep, no peace, no sleep, snorted the gentle lady from California. The liberal owner of the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Virginia, kicked Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her husband out because she worked for Trump. Protesters harassed Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi as she bought tickets to see the Won't You Be My Neighbor movie. Bondi said one cantankerous protester spit on her forehead, and another one dared her boyfriend to defend her. These are the kind of guys who Trump would want to punch in the face. Me too. Homeland Security Secretary HHS Christian Nielsen was harassed while having a working dinner at a Mexican restaurant in D.C. Protesters then harassed her at home, and later left the burned body of a decapitated animal on the front porch of a DHS staffer. These quotes were also real. Donnie Deutsch, we can no longer say that Trump's the bad guy. If you vote for Trump, you're the bad guy. If you vote for Trump, you are ripping children from their arms. If you vote for Trump, then you, the voter, you, not Donald Trump, are standing at the border like Nazis. Robert De Niro, it's no longer down with Trump, it's F Trump. Sean Penn, we're a nation in need of an assassination. Johnny Depp, when was the last time an actor assassinated a president? I want to clarify. I'm not an actor. I lie for a living. However, it's been a while and maybe it's time. Peter Fonda, want to stop this effing monster? We should rip Barron Trump from his mother's arms and put him in a cage with pedophiles and see if mother will stand up against the giant a-hole she is married to. As much as the New Democrats like to blame the stump on the Trump era, the mayhem could have been avoided long ago with a little leadership from key liberals and conservatives after presidential power transferred to Trump. The Bushes, the Obamas, and the Clintons let their contempt for Trump override their obligation to the country. These former, most powerful people in America should have spoken words loudly, clearly, and consistently that reinforced the legitimacy of the 2016 election. America, we've had a peaceful transfer of power, and while we completely disagree with Trump's approach, he is our president, and where we do agree, he'll always have our wholehearted support. Instead, Trump haters carry on like the intransigent Palestinians who refuse to acknowledge Israel's right to exist. They just don't think he's legitimate. That's the real source of incivility. Now the arsonists are calling for civility. My advice? Stop setting fires. The campaign is over, folks. That means the people have spoken it. Accept it. The ideas and promises that candidate Trump ran on won the day. You've been resisting for so long that many young people have no idea what peace transition really looks like. The so-called resistance has become a reactionary group. It is un-American, undemocratic, uncivil, and in time, it will backfire. The peaceful transfer of power is still fairly new to civilized governance, and it's extremely fragile. That indispensable mechanism is failing to stress tests with Trump, and the world of democracies are watching. It's far past time to acknowledge Trump's right to exist as president. Give up the resistance. Let the man govern. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. My name is John Brooker, and you could reach me through commentary on this video or through my Gmail listed here. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you, my beloved.